All right, we're going to be doing some work today with numbers, and we're going to be building numbers using our base 10 blocks. Before we get started, what is this called?
A 10.
A 10, and this is called a
1.
Very good. So we're going to use these to make some numbers. I'm going to give you a mat. It looks like this. Over here, what does it say?
10.
And over here it says ones. So we're going to start just making some numbers, making models for numbers. I think everybody can reach, but wait just a second. And here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to let everybody have a turn. We're going to take our little cup, and it's got a dice in here, shake it 3 times, lay it down, and tell me the number.
2.
Just a minute. Tell me the number that's on that's showing. Okay, and that's going to be how many 10s we use. And then you're going to shake the second one, and you'll tell me that number, and that's how many 1s we're going to use. So I'm going to let Cornelius go first to shake it and tell us how many 10s we need. 6. Okay, so we need 6 10s. Shake it again.
2.
2. 6 10s and 2 1s. So use the blocks. I want you to show me on your mat 6 10s and 2 1s. Go ahead, everybody. On the floor down there, look at me, guys. Look, I need you to turn the volume down. Thank you. Okay, how many 10s do we need, everybody? 6. So lay 6 10s on your mat. Where should they go? That's right. That's why it says 10s here, 1s here. Very good. Oh, Cornelius is almost finished. Good. When you are finished, I want you to look at me. Now, I think you forgot your 1s. How many 1s do you need? 2. Good. Callie's got hers. Well, don't tell it. Keep it a secret. All right. Count to yourself and keep it a secret. All right, before we say it out loud, let me remind you of something. When we count these, we count by 10s. So I'm going to lay these down. 10, count with me.
20, 30.
Good. When I count these, I count by 1s. So this is 30. What is 1 more?
31.
31. So when I go from this 10 all the way to this 1, I can't keep counting by 10s, can I?
No.
All right, so watch me, Brody. Watch me count this. 10, 20, 30. Are you watching, Houston? I'm going to start again. I want everybody to look. 10, 20, 30. Now I count by 1s. 31, 32. So count your blocks again just to make sure you did it right. Okay, I hear you counting, but I don't think you switched from 10s to 1s over here. I think I heard you count by 10s the whole time. All right, how much is this? What does this model show? What number is this, everybody?
62.
It's 62. Count it. Let's count it together. Everybody touch your 10s and let's count together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And now I have to count by 1. 61, 62. I can't count these by 10s because they're only 1 cube. It's not 10 cubes, it's just 1 cube. All right? So watch how I'm going to push all of Brody's up to the top here. See how I'm putting this up to the top? Everybody see that? Push it up close to the top. Good, Callie. Now, I'm going to let Brody roll another number, and this time, we're going to build this model right under the one we just made. Okay? What's it say?
3.
Okay, how many 10s does everybody need?
3.
Okay, and make them under the other one.
1.
Lay it down flat. Good, and he said you need how much? Tell him, Brody. 1, 1. Good. Everybody look how Kennedy did that. She made it a whole new number at the bottom. She didn't put them together. She kept them separate. Good job. Now, to yourself, count it and keep the number to yourself. Keep it a secret.
So where do we put them?
Well, what does it say right here? But it has to go down here. Good.
Just actually said the same thing at the same time.
All right. Show me your thumb if you've had time to count. Okay, how much is this one?
31.
Say that again.
31.
All right, let's count it together. 10,
20, 30,
31. Stand by. Very good. Now, let's look at the two numbers. What's the top number again?
62.
62. And the bottom one is?
31.
Okay. Now, we're all very good at making numbers, making a model for our number. What I want us to do now is I want us to be able to look at the two numbers and tell which one is greater. Now, let me remind you what greater means. When something is greater, that means it is more, or it is bigger, or it is larger. Okay? So, if I have an elephant and a mouse, which one is greater in size?
Elephant.
That's right. Look at your two numbers. The top number is
62.
and the bottom number is
31.
okay, I want you to look. Can you tell me which one is greater? If you can tell me, raise your hand. Cornelius, what do you think?
62.
All right, everybody put your hand down. Does anybody think something different? You thought, which one did you think was greater? Well, he said the same thing. He said 62. Do you think 31? You have only two numbers, 62 and 31. So you agree with him? Okay, so everybody agrees that 62 is the greater number. Tell me how you knew that. I want to hear him explain.
Because 30 is lesser than 60 because you only got 3 tens out and then you got 1. And that's
Beautiful. Did you hear what he said? Okay, tell me what he said, Brody. Explain what he just said. He knew that 62 was greater.
than 31.
And how did he know that?
Because 6, if you add 3 plus 3, is 6.
That is true.
He only has 1 3, so he doesn't have 62. He can't make a 6.
He could, and I think I'm kind of following what you're saying. You're saying that it would take 2 3s to make the 6, so the 6 has to be bigger, right? Okay, what he did is he looked at his tens. He knew the top number had 6 tens, and the bottom number had how many? 3 tens. And we know that 6 is greater than 3, right? That means that 62 is greater than 31, right? Very good, okay? Take these cubes and put them back in the basket, and let's try another one. Kale and Miles, I'm going to have to ask y'all to go to your seat. You're loud, too loud, okay? I'm having a hard time hearing over here. All right, good. Now, let me get Houston to roll us a number. Okay, roll and tell us how many tens and how many ones we're going to need. 5 tens, good. All right, make a model for me. He said, tell him again, how much was it?
5 tens and 1.
Good. Turn around, sweetie. Good. I like to see you work together. Is it easy? Good. I'm glad it's not hard for you. Okay, now, Kennedy, roll a number for us. Tell us how many tens and ones we're going to need. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped a step. Before we do that, count this model and tell me what this number is. Count it, but don't tell me out loud. Keep it a secret. Good. All right, what's the number?
51.
51. I heard Brody do it just right that time. So will you lead us by counting that and everybody count with him?
10, 20, 30, 51.
Perfect. All right, Kennedy, now you can roll 10 and a 1 for us. Okay. Let her do both numbers first. So how many? 2 what? 2 tens. Okay. 2 tens and 6 ones. That's right. Okay, make your model. And if you want me to, what I'll do is I'm going to take some of these out so we can get to the ones a little easier. Oh, no. Good. And I see that these 2 guys remembered and Callie remembered that you're making a whole new number at the bottom. Are we taking our other number away? No. We want to leave it and then make a new number at the bottom. There you go. I'm glad you remembered. Good. Count it and keep it a secret.
I know it. I don't want to see it. I know it.
Keep it a secret.
You even count it?
He did.
I know the same thing.
Okay, what's the number?
26.
26. All right, let's count it together. Get ready.
10, 20, 31, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Okay, we were supposed to have how many tens?
2
tens, and I see that. How many ones did we say?
6.
6, and I think a couple of us are missing that. Do you have 6 ones? If you don't, get an extra. Okay, and I want us to count that again because I think I heard somebody accidentally keep counting by tens when they got to the ones. Let's try that again. Let's count it together.
10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Very good. Also, I saw that Cornelius remembered something I told him about lining up his ones. When he put his ones on here, he remembered that I said if you'll put them in a row of 5 and then start a new row, it kind of helps you later on when you have to count a lot of them. It's easier to keep them in order. Okay? Good job. Now, we know that we have 51 on top and 26 on the bottom. Look and decide which number is greater. Put your thumb up when you know which one is greater. And you can tell me how you know that. Kennedy? Okay, what's that number? Which one are you talking about? Tell me that number. Okay, count it with me.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
And then I have to count by ones.
51.
That's right. That number is 51. Tell me how you know 51 is greater. Okay, how many tens do we have on this number? 2. We have 2 tens. How many tens are here?
51.
Count the tens for me. How many? Let's count how many tens there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. And the number 26, how many tens are there? 2 tens. Which number is greater, 5 or 2? 5. I know that 51 is greater than 52 because I can tell that 5 tens is more than 2 tens.
20.
What did I say? 51 is greater than 26. Sorry about that. Okay. Put your cubes, start by just putting your ones in here for me, and let's put the tens over here to make them a little easier to get to. All right. Then Callie's going to roll a number for us. We're going to do one more like this. Okay, good. So listen to her.
2.
2. 2 tens, and how many ones? 1. 2 10s and 1 1. Everybody make your model. I want you to have a seat. What'd you say, Callie? Tell them again.
2 10s and 1.
Good job.
This is kind of the same thing you see from kindergarten.
Okay, good. I see some people who are already finished. All right, count it and keep it a secret. Okay, what does this make?
21.
Count it with me. 10, 20, 21. Very good. All right, now I'm going to give you another number. I want you to make a number that has 2 10s and 4 1s. Make a number at the bottom that has 2 10s and 4 1s. We're going to talk about it. I want you to build it. I like the way you're thinking, though.
I think
4 1s. Okay, so let's put this up here. And go look at close again first. 2 10s and 4 1s.
What are you saying like this? Because these two are same and these two
Just need 4.
these two.
Okay, sit down after you make your model.
These two is exactly the same.
Okay.
It's almost close to a double fat.
All right, what number is that? 2 10s and 4 1s.
20.
10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, I noticed that Cornelius and Houston already said both numbers have 2 10s. So how are we going to know which one's greater if they both have 2 10s?
Both of them is greater.
Can they both be greater?
No. This one's going to be greater.
How do you know? Which one are you talking about? Say the number.
10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
So 24 is going to be greater. How do you know, Brody?
21.
How do you know 24 is going to be greater? I want you to listen because he said that 24 is greater than 21, and he's going to tell us how he knows.
24 is greater because 4 is more than 1.
Very good. Since our 10s are the same, he looked at the 1s, and he knows that 4 1s is greater than just 1. That way, he knows that 24 is greater than 21. You guys did a great job. Will you put all the cubes back in there? And I'm going to ask Callie to stack up the mats, and then you may go and switch to your next activity. Thank you guys. You did a good job.